I could literally start immediately.
A wee mo it.
I could start immediately.
A wee mo it.
How you like that, dude?
A wee mo it.
We on, baby.
Yeah, me and Christopher, I took Christopher down to Gettysburg. It was his first time. I said, why don't you head down here? I'll show you something.
Did you give him the tour?
I gave him a pretty decent tour.
It was nice. Yeah.
To be able to drive there without looking and then be like, this is the southern end of Pickett's Charge.
You
and
know the
then
land.
across the field, I'd be like, that's where they went.
Yeah.
They went through this clearing of trees to try to get over there.
Fuck.
And then we went up to Little Round Top,
Mm-hmm.
which you may know from the famous movie Gettysburg.
Of course.
Jeff Daniels and the 20th Maine.
For sure.
Jeff Daniels
That's where they charged.
played. Yeah,
I
we were
know.
up there.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it
sick.
was yeah.
It's
it was
so
really
nice.
wild.
They all die?
No, they won.
Did they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
they-
thinking Glory.
I'm just nodding my head, dude. Glory. They all died in Glory. Yeah.
Glory, yeah.
Yeah.
They tried
Oh,
to
that's
charge.
what I was thinking of before.
The
Yeah.
black guys?
Yeah. Glory's
Oh,
the one
I
where
was
the
actually thinking
cannonball
Fury.
hits that guy in the face.
Oh,
That's
there you
what
go.
it,
I was
yeah.
like, I don't remember that in Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Took a
We were-
cannonball to the face.
Yeah, he's like, let's go, and he turns around, and a cannonball just hits him, takes his head off.
Mm.
It sucks.
Remember,
That'd
that
be
was
a
like,
good way to go compared to most deaths in that.
True. Laying in the
Cannonball
field
off your
for 3
head
days.
is nice.
yeah,
True.
yeah. We were looking at some of the charges they have. Those
Yeah.
bullets, where there's just like a case full of beads.
Yeah,
They just fire a thing and
artillery-
sprays everywhere.
Oh, like the
casings
shrapnel
was
spray kind of
just-
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
except it's just it's like golf ball sized
Oh.
balls of like metal, golf balls, just perfectly smooth. The canister shot is what it's called, and when they get within like 300 yards, it's
So
just
what was the objective of the Civil War? Was the South trying to get up to like the Capitol? Like, why were they?
the South was north of the Capitol. We're in Gettysburg, man. They
Yeah,
were
but I'm
north of
saying
DC.
like if you're so it's a Civil War, they have a bunch of cannons and shit, like pointing at you. It's like, all right, let's fucking walk around this shit and like try to come from the other side.
is what
Dude,
Chris said.
that's
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? It's
That's-
like what was
they
the,
almost
what was
did
the,
that.
What was
Well-
the objective?
All right, to destroy each other's army.
Okay,
Yeah.
So the only way that gets done
so
is
they
if
weren't
you
trying to
fight
get
each
to
other.
a specific
No,
place.
no,
They're
no.
just trying to break the
Well,
spirit.
there were a couple times
Were
where
they?
they were like, we're going to try. So they were going to try to get the army out of D.C.,
Yeah,
try to lure the army of the Potomac out of D.C. so they could take it. But they were never going to be able to take D.C. They were like,
Yeah.
at that, the South was winning every battle up until Gettysburg. And
yeah.
it was kind of like a war of attrition where the North was getting tired of it. The people in the North were like, we got to stop this. We just keep getting our fucking dicks knocked in.
So they were losing.
The North was losing bad.
What?
Bad until Gettysburg.
That was a turning point.
That was the turning point. And then we were standing at the
How the
turning
fuck were we losing?
the turning point of the turning point, which was pretty sick.
Yeah.
At the end of at Little Round Top.
How the fuck were we losing?
We were losing because the North had a lot of inept generals that were like they.
Yeah, wasn't one of them like a
Morons.
drunk?
No,
Corn
that was
pussy?
Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah, that
he
was-
was a drunk and he was the best. He was our best guy because he was like, "Fuck it, we'll just throw people. We have more people than them,
Yeah.
so every battle we can just we can go person for person, and we'll end this thing in a war of attrition."
Who was the dude who was like, we just got to keep training? We're going
That
to
was
train more.
McClellan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
McClellan, they all loved him. All the soldiers loved him,
Right.
somehow. But
Yeah.
he never fought. He was always afraid to fight.
He was a big trainer.
He just had his boys training nonstop, and he always overestimated whatever the South had, like no matter what.
Sure.
And Lee, generally, they had Lee the whole time.
He was good.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
He was Bill Belichick. He was the coach, dude. He was the genius. He was fucking everybody up. But at Gettysburg, so like you said, like why don't they walk around? Every battle was defensive for
Yeah.
the most point for the South. Usually the South would get somewhere, set up shop, and the North would come to them.
Okay.
And so they would just be dominating.
So they would just come up and be like, "We're in your state."
Yeah,
And
they'd be like,
"Get
what
the
are you
fuck
going to do
out."
about it? We're like, you better get out of our state. We're like, what are you going to do about it, dude?
Where they have banners like "We love slaves."
Yeah, they do, dude. No, they went the route of like, they would never mention slavery,
Yeah.
ever. They never were like, hell yeah, slavery.
So this is we're like this.
They
is
were
about
like,
this.
this is about states' rights
yeah.
and death to tyrants.
Yeah, because they were being.
Because they were like, the federal government was telling the state what to do.
Yeah.
Which back then wasn't happening.
So that was a. So the federal government won that one.
The federal government was like, yo, you guys better fucking listen.
Damn.
And they did. And now they listen.
Yeah, they won that one.
Yeah, the federal government won. We were the Federals.
So
They were the
it's-
Confederates. They were anti-federal. Wow. The Confederates.
So they're basically like, you can't tell us. The federal government has no say in the states' rights.
Yeah.
The federal
Yeah,
government was like,
the federal government was like,
"Yeah."
well, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're gonna. So they're like, we'll kill more. We'll kill you guys.
Yeah.
Until if you guys don't do this.
They didn't. The North was hesitant. I think the South was the one who seceded.
Who was
They
like,
did. They
"Fuck
wanted
this
the.
shit."
They were like, and then the Union was like, you can't leave. We can't split this country in half.
Yeah.
You guys are staying. And they're like, we're leaving. And we're like, you're fucking staying. Come here.
So it wasn't
We're a
as much.
family.
We're a fucking family. Now get over here.
So in terms of the slavery thing, was it as much as slavery or no?
Yeah, it was about slavery. So the South tries to act like it wasn't. And they're like, it's about states' rights. It's about states' rights to own
have
slaves.
Yeah. They're like, we got to stop it.
And people from the South always be like, the North was just trying to like cripple the South's economy by taking away slavery. It's like, why would they? They were in the same country. They're not trying to do that.
Yeah.
So stop.
That's
that.
contradictory to a lot of the stuff too. And they're like, slaves aren't even that big of a deal anyway. People didn't even really have them. They didn't really.
It'd be like people didn't have them.
Yeah,
People didn't have them. You had them.
didn't have them.
You probably.
No, you know what's thinking probably
you know
had
who
'em?
did have them?
Yo, Elon Musk.
O'Connie's is what I was going to say.
Oh.
But
Yeah, Elon Musk was in South Africa.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, Elon Musk
Yeah.
probably had
Elon Musk was a South African.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, he had them.
He's like a billionaire South African.
Oh,
yeah.
that's some blood diamonds down there.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
a bower.
Yeah.
He was a bower.
Not a huge fan of the.
Yeah, I'm
But,
like trying to think how
accent,
how his family amassed their fortune.
I don't know. I don't know if he was that rich.
That's why he's working so hard to build robots. He's like, well, we can't have slaves anymore. I better get some fucking robots. Or my family's going to have to work.
All the AI is just shaped like black dudes.
Yeah.
He's like, what? This is the
He's like,
prototype.
I just programmed its voice. It's like, yes, massa. He's like, that's something we're working on. Well, that's how robots talk.
I was
Sorry.
I was watching on the way up here. I'm like, this dude, because he is from like a super wealthy family, right?
I don't know.
He has to be.
I don't think you become like a self-made
Yeah,
rocket
yeah.
billionaire.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't just be like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I'll build a fucking rocket.
Yeah.
I know
That's
he
it.
was like bullied real bad. Like,
Really?
People were beating the shit out of him a lot.
I like
When
that.
he was younger.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to
was
build a
like, I'm
chappy.
going to America. Yeah, and he started like PayPal.
So he was in South Africa when he was young?
Oh yeah.
Was he in Jayburg? Johannesburg?
Oh, I thought you were
Probably.
saying something
No,
else.
no,
Yeah.
Johannesburg.
Damn, dude, chill.
I
Chill,
thought about
chill.
Johannesburg.
He might have been. He built a chappy. He's trying to build a chappy. He's like, come on, brew. They're making fun of me, brew. We have to go to Mars, brew. Wait, I was on a roll,
Go ahead,
dude.
go
I was
ahead.
fired up.
Well,
That's Civil War, dude.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
All right, so your point was, why don't they just fucking go around them?
Yeah, yeah.
So that was what happened. So the South was usually fighting a defensive war.
Okay.
Then they got to Gettysburg. That was the only time they invaded the North. That was the only time they ever even got into the North.
So it was a
That
one and done. They were feeling
They
the
were up.
roads.
They were feeling good. They were undefeated.
Damn.
Dude. They were fucking us up pretty much everywhere. And then
God, they must have been so annoying. Like,
exactly, they did the rebel yell.
Yeah.
So gay. Like, beep, woo. Like, dude, shut up. But yeah, then Lee. So his right hand man, Stonewall Jackson, got killed. Friendly fire. He went down.
Imagine killing the general at battle, being the guy who fucking nails him, and being like, that's a big win.
Yeah, be like, I got a guy. I shot him off a horse.
Yeah, it's like kind of smoky. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's
like, yes, nailed him.
Fucking
Yeah.
nailed that
Did you
guy.
ever play
see that?
paintball? You hit someone, it's so satisfying. If you shot
Oh,
the
yeah.
general, they're like, well, their general's dead now. I'll be like, fucking yes.
Yeah, except it was you on your own team. You shot your own general.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who shot
friendly
him?
fire.
His own guy. His own guy shot him.
Friendly fire?
Yeah, he was. Well, it was kind of a
Double
dumbass-
agency?
No, it was kind of a dumb fucking move. I think he was doing
Fuck.
like a.
They
night-
kill that guy?
I don't think. I think everyone was like, "You're gonna have to live with that one, dude. You just killed like the most famous Southern
You
general."
lost the war.
He was on like a night ride, like behind enemy line. Like he was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And
Who, Stonewall?
Stonewall Jackson was kind of a blockhead.
So him and some
Rocks
other
for
dude. If
brains.
he cheddar bobbed himself, that'd be hilarious. So what, his boy, it was him and his boy doing a night ride.
Yeah, him and his boy were out kissing out in the woods, and a Confederate rolled up on him and was like, "Hey, God damn it, knock it off!" Shot him.
Stop.
That's what happened.
Stonewall Jackson
He
was.
was rock hard, dude. He was Stonewall. That's what I call him. Man. He was rock hard out there.
So he
Deep
got
digging.
shot accidentally.
He got shot accidentally. Yeah, it was friendly fire that killed him.
How though?
It was nighttime. He was riding up on a guard post.
Yeah, he's probably coming
Oh
back.
shit!
Riding a horse, yeah.
And someone was just doing their job.
Yeah, someone was just
Yeah.
being a guard from the South. Some moron from like Virginia was just standing there.
Who goes there?
Yeah, halt! God damn it! I said halt! I'll fire! Shit! I killed our general. God damn! I'm mad. I'm not cut out for soldiering.
Yeah, because the outfits were the same, right? Except for the color.
The outfits?
Yeah, the outfits
yeah.
looked exact. Like
I mean,
on all
at
the
night-
statues, it's like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's all
true.
bronze. You're like, I
Yeah,
can't
I'm always
look at
walking
that.
around
Yeah.
looking to see what statue I'm taking down. I'm like, is that a gray
that
outfits?
Confederate or blue? 'Cause
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's blue, they freed slaves.
True.
They abolished slavery by risking their own lives.
Yeah.
So that's kind of honorable.
Yeah.
But,
See some good boys out there.
So anyway,
So that's why they
so they were a little confident. This was their first invasion into the North, and the North set up a defensive position.
Yeah.
Along this ridge. They were in like the shape of a J.
Nice.
All right, so no, they're shaped like a fish hook, like a J on this like ridge, and the South was coming in trying to attack. And Longstreet, his new right-hand man, was like, "Dude, we're killing them. All we have to do is be defensive. Let's retreat and set up on like a mountain and tell them to come get us." And Lee was feeling himself and was like, "We can do it.
This will be the
We're
true
gonna
turning
fuck them
point.
up." And
How
they
many,
tried.
dude? How many fell?
Oh man, you're talking probably 20,000 people in 3 days.
Damn.
You're missing my favorite part of the story, which is when Warren goes up. Warren goes to check out Little Round Top and Big Round Top.
Right,
he's like, yeah, I'm going to see what our forces are looking like up there.
Yeah. So to set this up, the J at the bottom of the J. So if the J was upright, it'd be the fish hook at the top of the fish hook, not the point.
Gotcha.
That's the left flank,
Okay.
and it's unguarded. It's the top of a mountain, like a very small hill.
Sure.
And the general sends this guy up, General Warren, to go check it out. And he gets up to the top, and like the whole Southern Army's on the other side. And he's like, "Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Oh shit!" And he had to like signal down with like a flag, like, "Get the fuck up here! They're down here."
Yeah, they're about to fuck us
Great.
up.
It's great
Yeah.
imagining a dude walking up the hill like, and let's see what. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
here to kill us.
Oh yeah, they were like coming up, and then the South got fucked too because they were looking at Big and Little Round Top and be like, yes, there's nobody up
there's
there.
no one here. It overlooks the whole battlefield. If we take this hill, it's over.
Yeah.
The North rushed like 10,000 dudes up the other side of the mountain and just were standing up there waiting for him. So the Alabamians came up. Yeep. Roll damn tide. Come on, woo. We got slaves still. Woo.
Dude, and then
Got
the
lit up,
Rochester
dude.
Racers came
Imagine
in.
if they won.
Oh
So,
yeah,
Honey,
it
we
was
can
that
keep our
close.
slaves. We
So
won.
the casualties I said was 20,000. That was just the Union.
I'm going
It was
like
24 was for the Union.
36.
28.
28 for the.
28 for the Confederates. So now this is
Damn.
casualties.
But we have more people, so.
Casualties. Not deaths.
Deaths.
Not deaths.
Yeah, that's like a dude down.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
sure a lot of those turn into deaths.
Yeah. Wounded. If you were wounded in the Civil War, you fucking died.
They just got to cut it off. Yeah, and they're like, oh, you got
Or
hit
you
in the leg.
or you got diarrhea, which is I think more people died of that.
Yeah, imagine
And
being
bullets.
a dude who
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
the general. You have you're just on a farm, just staring at fucking corn your whole life, and you're like, you go to a war and shoot the general, and then you lose. It's like the most like pointless, senseless fucking existence you can think of.
Yeah, man. What
Maybe
a loser.
he used to
Yeah.
hit his wife, and he's like, I guess I'll go
Yeah,
to
it
the
would
war. And
suck.
just like shot the general and went home like, oh, my slaves are
Like,
gone.
how
He's
was
like,
how was the war? I don't want to talk about it. It's like, damn, you must have
was
seen
just-
some shit. It's like, not really. I was a guard.
It's fucked up.
5 years of
up.
your life.
Yeah,
it
as a
was just
guard.
this. It was all kind of a blur.
Kind of blur, except one night where I killed Stonewall Jackson, shot him in the fucking.
Imagine if he could have been the guy who'd be like, nah, Lee, for real, like, let's not do this. And some guy
He
shot
would
him.
have probably not. He was also a firm believer that like God had his.
True.
That's why he was stoned. He just stood in the middle of like artillery fire, being like, "Well, if it's my time to die, it's my time to die. God
that
wills
was
it."
the fall of Magellan.
Oh, when he got
Magellan
hit, he
the
got like
Explorer.
hit with sticks.
Magellan the Explorer. He like had a dude with him. He was like, we'll show them that our God's the best. There's 300 of them and 30 of us. Let's show them what Christians do. And like everyone deserted. He just died.
He got hit
So
with
then
like
like
blocks.
his slave was the one who actually circumnavigated the globe. 'Cause Magellan died before fully circumnavigating the globe.
Really?
The only guy left
But,
was his
you know,
slave.
his
who
slave
did.
was just on the boat.
True. He had enough, he had enough sense to be like,
Technically,
yo,
the
I'm-
slave and like probably a rat from where they took off circumnavigated it.
he had enough sense to be like, yeah, I'm going to sit this battle out, dude.
That's great. I remember as a kid, I had a computer game about explorers where you would like click it and it would just it wasn't even a game, it would just click it and it'd show you, and Magellan's was like him running on a beach with people throwing shit at him. It was great. It was great. I even remember as a kid being like what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he went down hard.
But there was also some pretty wild, there were some cool ones. Fuck, I forget the guy's name. There was a young kid out of West Point. So what's cool is you go to
Cushing or something?
you go to I think
Kushner?
so.
Cushing.
Not
Cushing?
Cushing.
Jared Kushner.
Not Jared
Jared
Kushner. You go to Pickett's Charging and see what's the high water mark of the South. like the furthest they push north.
Fuck.
It's fucking awesome.
Really?
Yeah, you can see it because they broke through the line right there. And there's like a monument right there where it's like, this is as far as these fucking retards got. It's like, hell yeah.
There's no Waffle Houses above
There's
this
no
line.
more. This is the Waffle House line, dude. But then there's this monument to this dude who was like holding the artillery. So they had artillery set out, and there was an 1.5-hour bombardment from the south to like loosen up the lines before they charged. Pickett's charge.
Yeah.
And this guy started with like 6 batteries. He was down to 1 cannon. Everybody got killed. He got shot like in the chest and the groin, it said. So he probably got shot in the dick.
Yeah.
Probably took a bullet to the dick.
Yeah.
And while they were charging, he was getting held up by another officer, and he was like leaning on a cannon and fired one more canister shot, and then took a bullet in the mouth.
Oh.
That's how he died. Mouth open.
Imagine if like a musket ball bounced and then hit you in the nuts. Just the fucking stomach pain, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy took an armpit and groin shot, and then fired. I love that he fired one more shot though. Leaning against a cannon, just like faggots.
Yeah.
If you shot me in the dick, I would.
Fuck you guys.
Fucking idiots.
Just right in the mouth.
And the description of this dude was like, he looked like a woman, but I've never seen a finer fighter in my
It's like
life.
he looked like a fucking schoolgirl, but boy, he was tough. He did. He was like 20. You see his pictures.
Yeah.
So he was hot.
He was
Dudes
a hot
were like,
boy.
we gonna want to
Yeah.
fuck this guy.
Ooh, that was another topic we got into.
What?
How many of the boys do you think got after it in the Civil War?
Yeah, we're talking about hazing. We're talking about West
We went
Point
from
hazing.
hazing,
Oh,
but then straight
dude.
to just how many boys do you? And then I told Chris he would have raped. Chris would have
Yeah.
in the camps. Chris would have been butt fucking.
How many-
He'd sneak
I
into your
would've-
How
tent.
many of those
I
young
would've-
boys are getting raped? It's probably a lot, dude.
Those drummer boys getting passed around.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Ooh.
Some POWs, some
POWs,
Confederate POWs,
some
some
dong, dude.
hot Southern boys.
Oh, you think you take them in and just fuck them?
Yeah, I'd get it.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if people have gay sex in jail in the 1800s out in the woods, they were fucking boys.
Yeah, it would be all dehydrated and
Definitely.
drunk.
Colonel Epstein. Where were you?
Damn, that's something they don't talk about.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't. I bet there you can find some stuff about drummer boys getting it.
I mean, if a chick walked around the battlefield, she definitely got raped.
Well, we were talking about how like tough those dudes must have been.
Those
Oh,
rapists,
God.
you're saying?
Those are the toughest
Just-
rapists ever.
Yeah.
No, but just overall.
Tough dudes, yeah.
Like you're in full cotton.
Yeah.
Your whole uniform is long sleeve, long pants. This was in the beginning of July. It was
Yeah.
like 90 degrees out. Like
Yeah.
95 degrees.
So you
You're in-
definitely have a rash.
and also, there's no water. No one knows about hydration.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we sick? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that was in the
have,
Blood
like, a
Meridian. They
cup of
talk
water.
about that. How it's like you get water every like 2 days. And you're like, thank God.
Insane.
Thank God I'm not
Instead,
dead.
they have like a pinch of whiskey, and they're just standing there in the heat drinking whiskey, like
I mean, it was,
gotta be the
constant
fucking
headache.
worst.
constant.
Yeah.
I was like, then they're probably numb to it. They're probably just so much pain all the time
Yeah, maybe they
of
didn't
like
rape.
thirst. Yeah,
No, I
maybe
think
they're
they
too
did.
thirsty
No,
to rape.
I think they were like, I think the hazing, I think they were doing fucking elephant walks and putting shit in each other's butts.
Definitely, someone got stuff in their butt for sure.
Definitely.
That's a thing that's been passed down. Kind
Yeah,
of.
that's
I mean,
generations
The wrestling
old.
team in my high school did that.
Yeah, but see, I think that's
Right,
more
right.
of a newer thing when it comes. No, of course, forever. But I'm saying like we were talking about like West Point back then. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some level of like
Yeah,
we are
that's true.
gentlemen. No, like
Yeah, and there's also
we played a joke on Taft.
you'd also go to hell.
yeah.
If you like touch another guy's butthole
Yeah.
in the 1800s, you went to hell.
Yeah,
No,
So-
but that's always one of those like those double-sided things. It's like, you know, how the Taliban's all like strict about sex and stuff, but they fuck each other and little boys and like rape women and
dude,
stuff.
did you just
True.
compare the Union soldiers to the Taliban?
I'm just saying
Bro.
that they purport to have a
I took
certain
you to Gettysburg today. I tried to knock this liberal junk out of your head. Also, my favorite part of the trip was Chris looking out the window like a dog every monument we passed to see if old Connecticut made the list.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
boy, Connecticut was not
yeah.
They didn't
not
send
too
a lot of
prevalent.
They didn't send a lot
Yeah.
of soldiers.
Yeah, we
I think they did, but we just didn't find one monument.
yeah, we went
for
a couple
Connecticut.
Yeah,
It was
not
great.
one. Yeah, we went a couple lines deep and we saw one for Delaware.
Delaware.
So Connecticut
got
was
in there.
somewhere behind Delaware,
Damn, dude.
which is not good.
They kept the Connecticut boys in the back.
Connecticut
They were
sweet
getting
boys,
the
dude.
sweet boys out. That's who they were fucking. PA, dude, the Bucktail Brigade.
They would
come
just
back.
rotate back and
That's
fuck the
PA
Connecticut
boys.
guys.
The
Is it
Bucktail
really?
Brigade, dude. Fire some shots, come back and wow some of those Connecticut boys. Get deep in those Connecticut guts.
They should have a monument to all the Connecticut's who
Yeah,
got raped.
they do. It says "Come Connecticut." That's what we would call it, dude. We'd jizz.
Connecticut.
We would jizz up in you.
Oh my god.
I don't believe that.
There's just a harem of fucking people from Connecticut. They'd be like, "Oh, I want that one."
Yeah, you just pick them out. I'd see you and me would be sitting there.
Oh, for sure.
The 69th Brigade out of Philly.
Pinch of whiskey, spitting tobacco.
You'd see old Christopher with his. You'd have like a feather in your cap. You'd be all pumped. You'd be like, "Oh, Papa, I'm off to war now." Me and McCusker would scoop you up.
Oh,
Like, why don't you come
man.
over here, man? Come over here. We'll give you a little. You want a pinch of tobacco?
I
You'd
can
be like,
see that.
I've never tried such a thing. Whoa, war is an adventure.
I've only sipped cognac before.
Just like that,
Oh
dude.
my
Me
God.
and- Me and McCusker. Would
I could see that if I was like a general back in the day.
You would be
having
little,
a real Virginia Cavalier style
yeah.
to a
You'd be
big
Custer.
feather in
You'd
the
be
cap.
Custer.
Yeah.
You'd have a horse. You'd have
Riding.
white gloves.
Dressed like Puss in
white
Boots.
gloves.
You would. That's what Jeb Stuart dressed like.
Jeb Stewart, who's
Jeb
Jeb?
Stuart. He was the Southern. He was like the cavalry from the South. He was like a
Okay.
guy, but he was real fucking cocky with his outfit.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
real. It'd be like
I'd have a real thin sword.
you would.
Saber, yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, you'd have a rapier.
yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know what I'd be. I'd just be a fat guy in a coat.
I'd be a dirty
You would be
dude with a
disgusting.
dirty ass, dude. I'd have
think
a
you-
fucked up ass for sure.
I think you and I would both be dirty assed,
Yeah.
shitty dudes standing there.
I mean, they didn't have toilet paper back then.
No,
I'd be.
Everyone had a fucked
I
up
think
ass.
they had like a
Dude.
cloth that they just kept on them.
To
I'd
wipe
be-
their ass with? That's what handkerchiefs were for?
Yeah.
I think you just kind of like. What the
No,
fuck?
you
How
use
did
like
they wipe their-
acorns.
had
You use
shit.
acorns. I thought.
You use fucking acorns.
That's what
to
I
wipe
heard.
your ass?
Yeah.
What?
To plug it?
No, because it's like you can't use leaves because you might get like some type of thing.
You stick
I
an
swear
acorn.
to God.
Not you don't stick an acorn. You just use the smooth
They
edge
probably
of it.
took
to-
good dumps too. There's probably no half-taken dumps back then.
I bet there's a lot of sloppy dumps. Dude.
I think when
Oh,
you
they were
dump,
diarrhea.
because if
They
you get
were
to
all
the if you
dying
get to
of
the end
dysentery.
if you get to the end of a dump, you don't got to wipe your ass that much. You know, like a dog doesn't have to wipe its ass. I think because they were probably squatting. If you're squatting in the woods, you're not taking half a dump and being like, "Oh, I'm just smearing
Yeah.
away, like, the top of a turd."
Dogs
believe
also-
they had cloth.
Yeah, dogs also
that
have
you would
like
keep and throw away, like
It would just
like shit papers.
dogs also have calloused buttholes.
True.
You know, it's the same way that like their paws get hard so they can just like run on anything.
you
It's
would
like
think I'd have a hard
after you
butthole by
shit
now.
without wiping for like years.
I've done this. My
You
ass
shit without
still gets
wiping for a
inflamed.
long time. It just gets hard and calloused, and you just don't feel it. It's
I-
not like moist.
They sold toilet paper.
Really?
Yeah,
So they had to. They had
they
TV
had
back then.
like
That's good. Thank God. That sucks.
yeah,
though, 'cause
like
what the fuck
like
did they do with
just
it?
boxes of little boxes of paper.
Probably buried it,
That was a major problem.
burying shit paper.
Was the giant armies just dumping everywhere, breaking down basement ceilings everywhere. A bunch of Joan Gillises around there causing fucking headaches. But yeah, they would shit like prison camps, just filled with like cholera, like the worst diseases you can get, just because everyone's shitting everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think
And
they.
everybody had diarrhea.
Yeah,
That's enough. Even to not even kill each other. If people had a conflict and like they all went into a field and started shitting, I'm like, all right, we gotta come up with a
We
fucking.
gotta-
There's
guys,
got to be another way.
We got to come
Well-
to the table and talk. You're right, dude. You're exactly right.
it took them a while. I think they. I think that
Imagine
it
that
wasn't
was-
until like the 1900s they figured out like how deep you had to dig a hole so that the bacteria couldn't
really.
get out of it. Yeah,
Yeah, it
like
was late.
they like measured how far whatever thing in your shit would like go
Oh.
before it would die, and it was like 4 feet or something like that.
Yeah, it's rough.
So,
Rough times.
yeah, they're
Wow,
like-
man. We're just talking Civil War.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, this is
though.
good.
This is the
That just
Civil
if we
War.
went down the south and started shitting everywhere, like, all right, knock it off. What the fuck we got to talk
Yeah,
about
that
this?
war's over. Yeah, that's what Sherman did. He's like, I'm going to march to Atlanta. Give
Shit.
him hell, dude. He just dumped the whole time. He just brought 30,000 dudes down with him.
Dude,
And they just shit in every town.
That was part
Yeah.
of it, though. That was part of it. Like they light your town on fire, you come out, there's just
shit
burning
everywhere.
buildings and big turds. You're like, what the fuck?
What did we do?
This sucks.
Yeah, that.
All the husbands were dead. There's turds everywhere. You're like, what the fuck?
And we just broke everything. so
And
they
they're
couldn't
free in
do
the
anything.
blacks. God damn it. What a bad year. Yeah, someone burnt my house down, took a shit on the porch.
oh my
They about burned down New Orleans too, didn't they? They go all the way. Isn't there a battle of New Orleans?
I think there might have been a siege.
What? A siege?
Siege.
A siege of New Orleans?
Siege. But I could be wrong.
Damn, dude.
There's a
New
cool
Orleans was a
painting.
big city.
There's a cool painting.
That was but it was that was like the Western theater of the Civil War, where it was more like north of that,
yeah,
up the
yeah.
Mississippi, where that's where
That was
Ulysses
proxy
says,
battles.
that's where Grant got his start. He was
Where?
out there in like Vicksburg, like
Down.
along the Mississippi. He was fucking shit up. He was the guy winning. He was the only guy they had that was winning.
Damn.
They brought him in. They're like, dude, come east.
That's
Get
my
the victory.
That's my favorite part of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, when they're like, there's like a whole bunch of soldiers coming at them, and they're all gray, so they like start like flipping their jackets around, and they're like, woo, yeah, Confederacy.
Yeah.
And then they get close, and they're just dusty
dust.
Union
Yeah.
soldiers. Yeah. They're like, oh, fuck.
God damn it. We were kidding. Fuck. But yeah, we can't. I mean, we could talk teas. We got some tea talk in the chamber. There was some teas in the Civil War. There was a bunch of teas.
Stop.
Really?
Yeah, women would dress like men and go fight.
Oh.
Yeah,
Damn.
until
Like Joan of Arc.
somebody found out, and then exactly what you'd think happened.
Really?
I think a couple times, yeah.
Really?
I think the secret got out in camp.
Oh, they instantly found multiple boyfriends?
They instantly had too many boyfriends.
Really?
Yeah, they had one too many, right?
That's
away.
what happened, though? They're like...
I think that happened a couple times.
So it was like Mulan. A couple of Mulans came.
There was a bunch of Mulans, because back then, dude.
Let's get down
It's
to
1860.
business.
Yeah, it's like you could the women look like dudes.
True.
For sure.
Oh, the hard hands and shit.
Ugh.
Sun-withered faces.
Ew.
Ugh.
Flat-chested fucking bitch.
Ugh.
And then you're in your tent, and you're like, hey, Marty, how come I've never seen you take off your slacks? Everyone else has their slacks off, Marty.
Now, I'm willing to
Yeah.
keep a secret.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you got a pussy? Come here.
Oh, my God. That must have
I'm
been
gonna need that.
insane.
Oh, you brought a pussy here? Okay.
I wonder if any of them were like turned on by like those epic dudes all around them. Just seeing like
I think
heroes
a lot of them
just
were
constantly.
not into dudes.
You don't think
If
so?
I had to guess, I would
Yeah.
say those were the bullish of the bulldogs. Those were the ultimate lesbians.
Yeah, these weren't like hot young
Yeah.
chicks being like, oh, my God,
This is like-
look at him. He's so strong.
It was like a bunch of Rapinos.
Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe, is that it?
Yeah.
Rapinoe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's like
She's
10 of them.
I mean, that was
running
before
around.
we gave-
she's femme.
She's
She's feminine.
is she?
I think so. I mean, she's a lesbian, but
This is
she's
before we had girl softball. That was the only
It was
choice.
the only
No,
thing they could do
or
was
Hope
join the
Solo.
Civil War.
Go to war. So we're like, no, throw the ball underhanded, all weird.
Yeah.
You guys stay out of this business.
You're not allowed.
yeah.
Yeah, Doubleday was there. Guy who invented baseball was hanging out.
Was he really?
Allegedly.
Doubleday.
Yeah, he was at the Civil War. He was at Gettysburg. It's crazy. You see these people, see these names on there. It's like, damn.
He came in and was like, all right, I got.
See, I'm gonna get the fuck out of this, dude, and invent baseball. It's gonna be sick.
Did he get paid off that? Yeah, dude. I was down south. We pulled up to. Me and Brittany went out down. I was in Savannah, Georgia, outside of Savannah, and we pulled up to go eat. And there's these two old ladies there. And literally, the one lady just like we parked in the spot. And there's like a glass window. They're like eating, looking out of it, and they looked and went, ugh.
Oh yeah, dude, you told me that. It's
It was
insane.
hilarious.
That's because we gave him what for at Gettysburg, dude.
I know.
That's
I mean,
what we fought
how,
for.
dude? That's prancing on them, dude.
That's what we fought for.
Fuck yeah,
Interracial sniz.
definitely, dude.
That's what, dude. That was the call of the 20th Maine when they fixed
Right.
bayonets. They were like,
For
"Fuck
sure.
pussy."
Oh yeah,
Jumpers
dude.
down.
Some dude had a vision of like BBW porn. It was like, oh, I had a vision.
He woke up in the middle of the night, guys. We got to do this.
On
We
this
gotta-
day, my life does not matter.
Oh yeah.
What matters is
Sick
the
speech.
spirit
Oh,
of the troops.
guy before the bayonet charge stood up on a rock, and they're like, "You got to get down. You're gonna get shot." And he was like, "My life doesn't fucking matter, dude. We got to get the boys fired up." And then two bullets went through his intestines, and he died 4 days later.
People get fired up.
The boys got fired up, and
Yeah.
they fought like demons. They charged
Damn.
down that bro. This was the Rochester Racers. This is the
Yeah,
Rochester
you gotta
racehorses.
understand.
You don't understand. The boys from Rochester just saw their man get his guts ripped out. They said, "Let's fix bayonets and let's charge."
Some
and this
dude-
is Matt. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
This is 1863.
Okay.
We're two years into the war,
Prime Civ War.
bro. There hasn't been one successful bayonet charge yet. If you're a bayonet charge, it is a desperate move. Things aren't looking good.
I think you would
Over.
agree with that.
Imagine
I think
how-
you could go ahead. I think you would agree with that.
Imagine how girly those guys looked once they realized the bayonet charge didn't work. And like, like,
Dude, yeah,
dropping their
trying
gun
to get
around.
out of the
Yeah.
way from a bayonet. But then this was it. This was the most successful. The boys from Rochester charged down that hill, gave those Alabamians what for?
Yeah.
And then you know
fuck
who
them
heard
up.
that? Old Joshua Chamberlain up there with the 20th Maine waiting. He said, "Boy, if they're charging, we're charging. Fixed bayonets. Let's fucking get down there and fuck people up, dude."
Yeah, they had fired so much that their guns were totally jammed. They couldn't
Yeah,
get
the
couldn't-
resin from the
yeah.
gunpowder was stuck in the barrel. They couldn't even pump the fucking bullets in it.
I mean, it is a bad idea to be like, let's these guys with guns. We're gonna charge them with knives.
Oh yeah, it's literally it hadn't worked yet in the Civil War.
But
bayonet charge.
once you break the line, dude, it is like fuck.
Once a bunch of dudes coming downhill with like spears screaming.
It takes a minute too to load those things.
The bayonet?
No, the powder
yeah, you
shit.
had time to like watch a guy coming at you like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
fuck, I hope I get it.
The Alabamians too thought they were taking an empty hill.
Yeah, these are the guys that were walking
Yeah.
up on that empty hill.
They were like, "Oh,
Perfect.
it's empty," and then all of a sudden the Rochester Racers are coming down.
Planets
Full
line on that.
downhill.
Full
No,
tilt.
but this is after several attacks.
Is
You
it?
think-
Yeah.
How many do you think
Okay.
fell? Did you ever run fast down a hill and you're like, oh,
Bro,
fuck, I'm going too fast?
I would fall running right now. If I had to sprint 20 yards, I would trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys were running down like a very rocky, it's tons of trees.
Fuck.
Big boulders too. Like this was a pretty rocky hill.
Yeah.
Just sprinting straight down.
We've lost it, dude. We've lost
We
it.
are soft.
Yeah, I would be going. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go get reinforcements. I'm gonna.
yeah.
I would have
I'd
been the
be
guy like,
fighting to
don't
go.
stand on that rock, dude. You're gonna get shot.
The fuck
Yeah.
down.
What are you
doing? Get the fuck down.
Yeah, we've lost that, man. We needed that back.
I was even thinking that. We were talking in the car. I was like, dude, imagine back then they were like the South had all the tough guys. All the North, they were all city boys.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, those city boys in 1863 must have been the rootinest, tootinest,
Yeah.
dirtiest motherfuckers
Bad,
on earth.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers,
What, you talking about
yeah.
like the factory workers?
Yeah.
but
They were
like,
living in tenements.
the
and shit.
story of the Civil
Yeah.
War, like one of the overall like
Mm-hmm.
themes is like the North had more people, but they weren't as good of soldiers. Like they weren't tough. The country boys were tough. It's like, dude, by today's standards, those are the toughest dudes imaginable.
Yeah, exactly.
A
Yeah.
fucking New York fucking factory worker in a fucking dead rabbit.
Yeah, some guy who just got in the hold
Bill the
of a
Butcher.
ship. Yeah.
Bill the Butcher.
Yeah, some dude just fucking floated here.
Floated here and there. Like you're on the blue team. Get up and defend that hill.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Here's a gun. Here's your jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we lost it. We need to get back to more civic minded.
How about this? Now we're gonna go watch the Fighting Irish. We saw
Yeah.
Fuss.
Remember the golden days of Matt and Shane's secret podcast? We call that the Old Testament. Back when every episode was pure gold with ShaneGillis, our big kahuna, and MattMcCusker bringing the heat every time. Every episode was a non-stop laugh fest, the kind that kept you hooked and coming back for more. Shane and Matt were on fire, and so were we. But now, it's a different story. What used to be a comedy powerhouse is now just another cash grab. Half the time Shane's not even there. Instead, we get Matt's unfunny fart friends, guests, and Lamar, the stoner producer who can't get anything right. The spark is gone, replaced by mediocrity and degeneracy.
Very, very well connected. You are officially blacklisted for smashing my wife again. Show some respect.
Lamorp's a mess, a stoner who shouldn't be anywhere near a mic, and Matt's so-called friends. They make watching paint dry look exciting. It's like the world stopped turning. The red-hot energy faded to a rusty haze, leaving us with a shell of what MSSP used to be. But fear not. We're here to keep the spirit of the Old Testament alive. We're all about those legendary moments, the laughs and the killer chemistry that made MSSP great. Will the pod ever return to its roots, its origin, its fan base? I do not know, nor do I dare to hope. But wherever there is darkness, there will be the light to meet it. Welcome to the channel where the Old Testament lives on. Relive the magic, the mayhem, genius of ShaneGillis and MattMcCusker. Enjoy, my brothers, enjoy.